Hey people, it's Steel Gamer here, and I just wanted to discuss some news that everybody's obviously talking about right now between Diablo Immortal and Fallout 76. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a couple people to possibly get in here because I'm labeling this under the Diablo 3 section under YouTube Gaming, so maybe people will see it. But, I'll give it like a couple of minutes and then I'll start this because I have a different side of looking at this because of something that's going on and that coincides with my channel and things like that as far as what I discuss and things. I'm not saying I'm related to any of this stuff. It's just basically for as far as how things are coinciding with what I talk about. It just happened to be coincidental, but I realized something about what the people about Diablo Immortal and Fallout 76 kind of have in common. And I wanted to touch on that because, again, it's something I kind of discuss on my channel. So let me wait to see if I can get anybody in here, and we'll find out. In the meantime, I guess apparently YouTube Gaming has been having people are having a lot of problems with trying to get their stream showing up under the channel listings and things like that. So while I'm waiting, I guess I could just check that out. So let me see here. Alright, so anyway, might take a few minutes for it to show up in here or not, but I'll find out. I'm going to set this for live. So anyway, I guess I will start this stream. Okay, so while everybody's pissing and moaning about the phone and what Blizzard did, about Diablo Immortal, and everything else, I'm going to tie the two of them together by pointing something out that I just found interesting between the both of these to what I actually, to what a lot of my channel represents and things like that. So, the first thing I'm going to say, this may people may find this weird, but it'll make sense once I explain it. I am actually so elated that Blizzard did this. And I'm not talking about mobile games and things like that. I actually don't have a cell phone, so I don't really give a shit what goes on in there. But I'm also actually elated about something with Fallout 76 as well. So both of these kind of made me happy because what I'm looking at is the community bitching and moaning about something not being on Steam as far as Fallout 76 goes. Now, obviously, Blizzard doesn't put things on Steam, but that's not the point. I'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to discuss first is the Fallout 76, because as it stands currently, it was announced that Fallout 76 will not be on Steam. And I am so fucking elated with that, because that teaches the Steam community a lesson. Now, it won't teach them a lesson. They won't really learn from it. But from my end, I am giggling inside because everybody knows that my channel fucking hates Valve. I can't stand it. I don't want anything to do with Steam. And I think developers should stop only using Steam. I'm not saying stop going to Steam altogether. I'm saying stop using it, because there are just as many people, if not more people, who fucking don't want Steam on their computer at all, who shouldn't have to tolerate having Steam crammed down their fucking throat just to play a game. So developers who don't only put a game on Steam, those are the developers I purchase from. But if a game developer only goes through Steam, I will pirate the game. I don't support any developer that does that. That's not, again, that's nothing hidden. That's an open thing on my channel everybody knows about. I discuss it and I say it. And so that's what the Fallout 76. I'm glad Bethesda, as much as I can't stand some of their stuff, I'm glad Bethesda decided to not allow this to go through Steam. It's a fucking refreshing, element that a game developer finally fucking put their foot down and said, no, we're not going to give you fucks what you want. Now, whether that was the reasoning for it or not isn't relevant. That's the way I'm looking at it, because that's pretty much what they did. Because every gamer's got to have Steam, got to have Steam, got to have Steam, got to have Steam, got to have Steam. It's great. Fuck off. And anytime somebody who doesn't want it posts a comment about why they don't want it or what's wrong with it, everybody defends Valve. So that brings me to the second part of what I have listed first as Diablo Immortal. Why I'm elated about this is because I realized that most of the complaints for this were coming from the PC gamers. Not from the console gamers at BlizzCon. They were coming from the PC gamers. And it occurred to me that apparently oh, Jesus, speaking of Fallout 76, there's an advertisement for it right now on TV. I mean, that's really bad when you're starting to see advertisements for it on TV. So, anyway, the point there is that back to the Diablo Immortal. It occurred to me, after listening to some of the complaints, that most of the PC gamers, 99% of them, all use Steam. And so, what I think is funny is that all the PC gamers are pissing and moaning that they were hyped up for something that never showed up on PC. Now, even though Blizzard doesn't have anything to do with Steam isn't the point. The fact that the night that most of the people at BlizzCon were all PC gamers and 99% of them use Steam is the point. So what happens here is, in a nutshell, Blizzard, the fucking PC gaming community at BlizzCon is bitching that they didn't get something on PC and are having microtransactions crammed down their throat over and over again, and the PC gamers community is like, we don't fucking want this. We wanted something for PC, which is the whole point to this entire video. Why I'm elated is every time somebody who doesn't want Steam comes out and says they don't want it because there's problems, and we're sick and, people like me and a bunch of other people are sick and tired of having Steam crammed down our throat, the Steam community defends Valve saying, oh, well, deal with it, Steam's the way to go, it's the best and everything else. So, in that regard, we're having Steam crammed down our throat, and the community's defending that. On the flip side of this is the way I'm looking at this, is the Steam community is getting a taste of their own medicine, and I think it's fucking hilarious because they're now on the receiving end of what it's like to have something crammed down their fucking throat and then not get their way. That's the difference between the arguments I make about games not being on Steam and the Steam community. The Steam community, everything's got to be on Steam. You cannot have a damn thing on without it, and that's it. Got to have it. That's it. If you look at what I structure my arguments around, or points, I never said remove Steam completely. I just said stop making games only go through Steam. So the difference here is, who has a better mentality on this? I don't say remove it just because I don't like it. I have enough common sense to know that. Just like I have enough common sense to not bash a game that's a first-person shooter just because I don't like first-person shooters. If the game is good, I'll say it's good, despite my disliking for that style of game. I don't do that. That's not what I do. So, back to the issue at hand here. I think it's absolutely fucking hilarious how the Steam community not only is having something crammed down their fucking throat, whether it's microtransactions or this game in general on the mobile device, but they're also not being able to get their way with Fallout 76. So I just think this is fucking hilarious how the Steam community finally is now on the receiving end to know what this is like. Because this is what it feels like for when the Steam community trashes people who don't want it. It's crammed down our throats. This is what we feel. These are our complaints. Except the difference is we're not bitching that a company is doing something. We're bitching that a company's trying to get a company to monopolize something, which is not the same thing. And so the whole thing with this also applies to the Windows 10 aspect of Microsoft only making games for Windows 10. This isn't the same thing as an exclusive game. This is just setting it up so they don't want to deal with the freedom of having Windows 7 or anything else of that nature. Now, obviously, those arguments will die out, and those are far and few in between, and another one will take its place, such as the case with, Diablo Immortal and Fallout 76. So, that's not to say that they later on won't be going on there, but the fact is, all the Steam user community, it's like they've been fucking brainwashed into thinking that Steam and Valve, oh, that's it. They're all the top. That's it. It's got to have nothing but that. If it doesn't have it, then the game sucks and blah, 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 blah. We want it only on this. And they're complaining that. So what it is I will guarantee you, if Fallout 76 was on Steam, half of the complaints that are out there wouldn't be out there. People could say, yeah, they would. I don't think they would be, because these complaints, it's like it didn't come through, Fallout 76 didn't go through Steam, so now the Steam users have to find something to bitch about, and they're bitching about, oh, the game is this, the game's in fucking beta, and so what if it is? This is one of these things, again, with Diablo Immortal and Fallout 76. The comment that all the Steam game users tell people who don't want Steam and everything else, well, if you don't want to play it, then don't play it. So don't get it, just don't play it. Same thing applies. You don't like Fallout 76 because it's not on Steam? Go ahead, that's your preference, but that's just a stupid reasoning to try to come out with it. Now, what will happen is people will try to logicalize all these videos, but in reality, if you take a look at all the Fallout 76 videos and the graphics and everything else, it's no different than any other Fallout game. They're just looking for something to bitch at. I mean, so it's almost like, again, they're bitching because it's not on Steam. So instead of bitching that it's not on Steam because people just say they deal with it, they're trying to find something else to bitch about to get their point across by making an extreme point and then trying to deflect the issue as that's not what they're pissing and moaning about. The Steam users are pissing and moaning because it's not on Steam. It has nothing to do with the playability. It has nothing to do with the graphics. I've seen retarded arguments where, oh, my computer's really good. It should have been able to play this. That's a bullshit argument. That right there proves that you're a troll. And so I just wanted to give this bit of news out there, and that's about the extent of it. So that's really all there is to discuss on this. I'll leave this open for like another 2 minutes or something, but I don't think anybody's going to come in and see this. But they will watch it on my channel after it's been uploaded. So I'll leave it alone at that. And if anybody's watching now that has something to say, feel free. If not, whatever's cool. But other than that, that's really all I had to say on this, because that's what I think is amusing. And so leave it up to me to find a different angle on this. So anyway, I actually am going to end this stream. I don't think anybody's going to show up. This is Teal Gamer signing off. Have a good day or night wherever you guys are.